I see what ho, chaps and chappets, Game Chap and Bertie here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, fellows, and I dare say we have here some rather interesting news concerning Club Nintendo and also Amiibos for you.
We most certainly do, yes indeed. Nintendo, we're out in the news at the moment with all these games coming out and lots of excitement surrounding it.
Yes.
But those of you out there who are familiar with Nintendo, and we know there's loads of you, may know about Club Nintendo.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, now Club Nintendo is a little club for people that want to join and like Nintendo, etc. And it's been going, or Club Nintendo has been going since 2002.
A very long time.
It most certainly, and it started as a VIP 24/7.
Yes, that's right, and club member in
Most
May of
certainly.
2002, and in December of '07, that was 8 years ago, the two formed together to form Club Nintendo.
Exactly, so it started out as this VIP 24/7,
Yes.
and then sort of went on and evolved into Club Nintendo.
That's
but
right.
The origins, as we say there, are back in 2002, so it's been going, well, 13 years.
Indeed.
It's a long
Now,
time.
this is a program, Fiddles, that allows you to redeem points, also known as stars or coins, on the Club Nintendo website. Now, the points are obtained by entering codes that you find on little Club Nintendo gift cards inside Nintendo's packaged games, and you can also get them from digital games too these days.
Ah, right, yes. Now, I think I've seen some of these now and again. You wonder what it's all about.
Yes.
In there. So these were redeemable, you're saying.
That's right.
But only for club members, is this correct?
That's right. If you were a member of this club, you had to sign up and give them your details, etc., and so forth, and then you could redeem stars that you got from games or coins, depending on where you are, for little rewards and things and bits and bobs. Now, of
Right,
course,
so-
what sort of things were those rewards, old chap?
Right. So does it cost anything to actually join the Club Nintendo?
No, it's quite free, old boy. It's quite free.
Right. So it didn't cost anything to join Club Nintendo and doesn't cost anything. You just simply signed up or did whatever you did and got these wonderful little points. Now, the rewards that you mentioned a minute ago were all quite interesting and different things that you could get if you had enough points, were they not?
They were quite interesting, old chap. I mean, there were a number of items, and still are actually, as at the time of speaking.
Yeah.
For example, things like, let's see, Super Mario shoelaces, 2 sets in there, an Evolution of Mario screensaver, a reversible pouch, some notebooks, Platinum Mario playing cards, various soundtracks, and if you had lots and lots of stars, you could even get super exclusive rewards like a very special Link and Epona statue, etc. and so forth.
Really? So how many points did you get with a standard card then? Do we know?
I'm not sure actually, but I can tell you it wasn't many per game, and of course the Link and Epona statue I think was something ridiculous, like 20,000 stars. It's madness.
So you
old
probably
chap.
had to spend about $500,000 or pounds or something to actually get that.
At
but we
least
don't know.
$500,000, oh yes, very much.
But nevertheless-
Not quite that much, old boy, but yes, many Nintendo games, put it that way.
Well, maybe not, but whatever. But you've got these little rewards, which were quite useful and fun, I suppose, being part of the club, because they're collectible, etc., and so forth. And you could say, "Oh, look, I've got this," and you can't get it, and you can't buy it in the shops. So rather
Yes,
fun.
rather fun.
So this is no doubt, and certainly is, a popular and long-standing loyalty program that's been popular with the fans and people who've enjoyed it.
Yes.
But as I say, Nintendo have recently announced that they are going to kill it.
What?
They're going to axe Club Nintendo, and they're going to axe it for good, with effect from the following dates.
Really? Goodness me, so Club Nintendo all of a sudden is just going to be killed like that? Well,
Nintendo
indeed.
moved in, they said, yes, we know we've got the points, and we know we've got the cars and the little things, but we've had enough, we're taking an axe to the roots.
Yes, that's right, old boy. I have to say it seems it's quite a sharp decision made just like that. It seems indeed that from April the 1st, 2015, there won't actually be any more product registration cards inside the packaged games sold by Nintendo, so you won't be able to register them in Club Nintendo from that date.
Ah, so they're moving in pretty quickly then.
Yes.
They're just whipping all the cards out of all the games
Boxes.
and things, boxes, etc., so forth. You won't even see them. So if you're a Club Nintendo member, you can forget those after that point.
Yes. Then, of course, on April the 20th, 2015, you won't be able to register digital products in Club Nintendo. In other words, things like games you download from the eShop. You'll no longer be able to register those after the 20th of April.
Ah, so they're knocking that on the head as well, as you say, from the 20th of April. So I'm sure you're all out there scribbling this in your notebooks and these dates.
Yes.
But then from September the 30th, 2015, which for some people seems to be miles out there, but it'll come quickly, I'm sure, is the end of Club Nintendo.
The The end, that's
the
it.
absolute end. It's all over. You can do what you like. You can throw points at the wall. You can plaster them all over your bedroom or a front room, whatever, and it's not going to work. It's all over.
That's right. That's
Nintendo.
the end of Club Nintendo, and all the associated features like signing up, redeeming, logging in, and claiming rewards, etc. and so forth will no longer be accessible from this date onwards, September the 30th, 2015. So mark that in your diaries, I say.
Well, what? Okay, now I'm just thinking now. Once I've been saving up loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of points, and I thought, well, I think I'll have enough points in a few months. What's going to happen to all my points?
Well, basically, if you don't use your remaining stars by the 30th of September 2015, they will be lost forever. That's right, of course, all your hard-earned and hard-won stars will just vanish into thin air like that, just gone.
So what? People who could have been buying games and collecting these for ages, trying to build up for something, and all of a sudden, they're just gone.
That's right, but they do say they are adding new items to the catalogue up until that point, so the big question here, fellows, if you have been hoarding stars for a long time, like Bertie says, you need to tread carefully. Do you spend your stars now, or do you wait and see if something better appears? It's a hard decision, you know. Rather tough.
Well, that's a good point. Do we know if they're going to say to people, well, look, if you have got all these stars,
yes,
you can perhaps put it over into, transfer them over to the new program we're going to make, whatever that is, or they're not going to do that?
I don't think they are. This appears to be the end of Club Nintendo, and they're having a clean break, I suspect, old chap. So in other words, all the old loyalty program rewards will be gone, and there'll be something, well, quite different, I think, old chap.
So it looks like people are going to have to go out and spend all their points on whatever they can get. I don't know, whatever it is, a little bag or something or whatever, shoelaces or whatever it might be, before they run out of time.
Well, I think, if you ask me, there's going to be a mad dash to claim Club Nintendo rewards before the timer runs out, you'll see, and I think if they do release desirable new items in the catalogue in the coming months, they will sell out very quickly, so you'll have to be really fast, fellows, and keep an eye on Club Nintendo every day.
And we're certainly, so I'm sure a lot of people out there won't be very pleased with that, actually.
Yes.
With it just being stopped like that or killed off. But however, not all is lost, as Nintendo will be replacing Club Nintendo with another loyalty program in the near future, although we're not sure exactly when.
No, that's right. Apparently there's going to be another loyalty program coming soon, although details on that have yet to emerge. So for now, the official one is still Club Nintendo. But of course, we do know that the end is nigh for that one. Now also, anyone who registers and signs up for this new loyalty program during the launch period is going to receive a free code to download the long-awaited Flipnote Studio 3D on Nintendo 3DS, which is a nice little incentive, old chap.
Ah, the Flipnote Studio. Now, what exactly is that, for those who don't know?
Well, basically, it allows you to make little picture flipbooks on your 3DS. It's been very popular in Japan. Mr. Miyamoto himself even uses it, I understand, for Pikmin and that sort of thing, and people over in the West have been clamoring for it for absolutely ages. Now, it seems it's finally here, and Nintendo seem to be using it to promote their new loyalty program. Rather a wise move, if you ask me.
Well, it looks like a little sweetness to get people to come into this program, whatever it is.
Yes.
But of course, we don't know at the moment whether it'll be free to join, as the previous one was, or what if it isn't, or is or isn't, what information they'll want from you to actually sign up.
Yes, I think it's going to be linked to your Nintendo Network ID, which is of course fairly new, and I think, if you ask me, I suspect it's going to be free, old chap, but of course the rewards on offer may vary. I mean, after all, why broke what wasn't fixed? No, why fix what wasn't broken?
Why broke what
wasn't fixed?
We'll leave that in for you. We won't cut it out just so you can see and have a laugh.
You can't broke what's fixed, you know.
You can fix what's broke.
But you can fix what's broken. Now,
yes.
Perhaps, seriously speaking, perhaps it was because Club Nintendo was broken in some way that they thought they had to fix it.
Yes, well, we don't know, yes. Or maybe it was broken on their end, it wasn't working as they wanted to.
Yes.
Or maybe it was costing them more than they wanted it to cost them, we don't know. But or it may be, and often this happens, is they want to introduce something different, they want to collect information in a different way, or we don't know, or collect it.
Or they're trying to save money on those little Club Nintendo gift cards they have to put in each box.
Well, exactly. There's no doubt there'll be something behind it, but at the end of the day, it's goodbye and wave bye-bye to Club Nintendo.
Just think, if you can get one of the last Nintendo games ever made that contains a Club Nintendo gift card, it could be worth a fortune in the future.
Well, who knows? But nevertheless, Club Nintendo's out, so now
yes.
you know. So you prepare, spend your points if you need to, whatever. But just make sure you've got rid of them by the 30th of September. I mean,
September. That's right. Now,
yes.
Speaking of things that are worth money and quite rare, it seems to me as if some Amiibos are becoming extremely rare and in rather short supply.
Well, most certainly, yes. Now the Amiibos. Well, there's loads of Amiibos now. no doubt some people out there have got them and are using them now. They're rather fun, I suppose. You can put them on your 3DS or on your console, and they pick it up, and it's rather fun.
Yes, I think most of the people who have the Amiibos right now are scalpers, old chap. As they say, scalpers gonna scalp, you know.
Yes, maybe, yes indeed, but certainly. Now, Amiibos in rare and short supply. Now, at the moment, we've had 4 what they call waves come out of these Amiibos.
Yes.
We've had wave 1, which I think was back in December, 12 figures in that one, like Mario, Samus and Yoshi.
Yes.
And then we had wave 2, where they put 6 figures out, which I believe was in January, such as Captain Falcon and Diddy Kong and Little Mac in there.
That's right.
Then they brought out wave 3, did they not?
Yes, wave 3 was 11 figures with such heroes as Toon Link, Rosalina and also Bowser, and in wave 4, which is coming out soon and up for pre-order in the UK right now, you have 6 figures like Lucina, Pac-Man and Ness.
Most certainly. Now, you know the story out there. If you don't, we'll just tell you these figures are rather fun. You can take them out of the box, put them on your 3DS or on
Wii U
your
gamepad, yes.
Wii U gamepad, and they'll pick it. The console picks it up, the game picks it up, and they'll actually play in the game for you.
That's right.
You can actually configure them, and they'll get better and better and learn new strengths and new skills, etc.
That's right. So it's like having your very own fighting game figure that actually fights for or with you in the game, or against you.
Yes, exactly. But the thing is, they're getting very, very rare, and as you said earlier, scalpers and other such con men, tricksters, and general peddlers of a snake oil, etc.,
yes,
are running along, buying them all up as fast as they can, or certain ones of them, and then doing things like selling them on eBay for large sums.
Inflated prices.
On the flip side of the coin, Nintendo are also restricting the amount of them that they make. Now, why they're doing this, we don't know, because, I mean, once they've made the bally mold of the thing, they can make as many as they want. So it must be purposeful that they're actually restricting, manufacture of certain of these models.
Perhaps to increase interest in the game, because the market's all abuzz trying to get these things. That's right. I also noticed recently on the Nintendo UK shop, they've actually said it's a limit of 1 figure per person now, because scalpers are just coming on and buying up huge amounts of them, you'll see.
Most certainly. Now, if you don't know what a scalper is, and you've no idea what that is, which you should do, you should just go and find out. But basically, it's someone that comes along, buys the thing quickly for $5 or whatever it might be, $10 or whatever, and says, right, I've got them all now, no one else can buy them, and I'll sell them somewhere else for $10 or $15.
Exactly, nasty types. Now, of course, some of the rarest Amiibos right now as a result of this scalping and other factors include Little Mac and Rosalina.
Most certainly they do, yes indeed.
Very hard to find those two. Also, the pre-orders for Wave 4 Amiibos, which we just talked about, are actually nearly all sold out in the UK just 1 day after they became available. It's madness.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, the situation has become so bad that Mr. Sakurai himself, the big chief in Nintendo,
really?
The developer, well, one of them, the developer of Super Smash Bros., decided to buy some Wave 3 Amiibos for himself in Japan. However, he was unable to do so because they were all sold out.
Mr. Sakurai himself wanted to buy Amiibos and he couldn't because they were sold out?
Correct, that is correct.
That's madness, that's lunacy.
Well, most certainly, the developer of the game couldn't get them, which is getting absolutely ridiculous.
That's right, it's getting daft, Felios. He wanted to buy a Sheik, Lucario, and various other figures, and he couldn't get them because presumably all the scalpers had gobbled them up, you'll say.
They basically said no to Mr. Sakurai.
That is madness. You can't do that, old chap.
No.
That's wrong.
What? But the thing is, though, I mean, I'm hearing this, I'm seeing it, but I'm a little bit suspicious. Hang on a minute, Mr. Sakurai, surely he doesn't have to go down to the shops and buy himself Amiibos when he works for the company. He's surely got Amiibos falling off the shelves, falling all over him, and his feet surrounded in them.
Apparently not. If you ask me, it seems that they have some Amiibos inside some kind of glass display case, perhaps in their company HQ to say, this is what we did, but perhaps they don't give free ones to Mr. Sakurai himself.
Well, but I'm just going to put this on the table, though. Is this an entire plan, as it were, by Nintendo to purposely restrict these so they can gain and raise interest in the game as a whole and sell more copies of the game?
Well,
is Mr. Sakurai just pretending he can't really buy them, or did he really not buy them, couldn't buy them at all, or get hold of them?
Well, I think Nintendo have done this kind of thing in the past, old chap. I mean, there was terrible shortages of the original Wii, there was shortages of the Nintendo 64, if you can remember back that far, I say. As long as Nintendo have been making consoles, it seems there's been shortages, and perhaps this is part of their strategy to increase interest in their products because they're so hard to get.
Well, it could well be, most certainly. And also, as I said, properly to sell copies of the game because it raises interest. Everyone's saying, I can't get this Amiibo, I can't. What's an Amiibo? Or, oh, it's to do with this game. Oh, you see, it raises interest. We don't know. It might just... as I said earlier, once they've got the moulds for these things, I don't see the problem with just, making loads and loads and loads of them. Why restrict it like this? It's most peculiar and a strange thing to do.
But
you would
either
think just saying this, you would think that they would want to sell more of them because it would be more profits for them.
Well,
so why restrict?
That is what they're doing in any case for those. Whichever way you look at it, that is certainly how the cookie is crumbling in this case. Nintendo are certainly restricting the supply of these figures, which means in turn that the demand goes through the roof because everyone wants them and no one can get them.
Yes, indeed. I think that's quite well said. But if you have got them, you'll know they're quite fun to play, and they get pretty strong. The characters after a while, jolly hard to beat.
That's right. I've got a Captain Falcon. He is very tough, you know.
He is far tough, and there's no doubt about it. Just trying to fight him.
Yes, indeed. Well, there you are, videos. Club Nintendo's being X'd. Another program is on the way, and Amiibos are ridiculously hard to find. What are your thoughts, I say?
And Mr. Sakurai couldn't even buy one, or so he says.
That is ridiculous. I
have got 150 at home, loads.
I've never heard...
But there was none in the shops.
So much lunacy in all my time, but there you are. This has been Game Jam and Buddy bringing you the latest Nintendo news. Do stay tuned for what I say. We look forward to seeing you once more. Join us then. Until then.